This one's for the boys, so if you're not a boy, just keep scrolling. Here are the biggest turnoffs that girls have about guys. Let's get right into it.
It used to be a time that fairy tales were true. The king and the queen and all the pills were blue. But then the pill changed, the red pill's the truth. Forget the married life, I got better things to do. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. Next, I would not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if it feels like I'm talking about you, you need to go and check yourself.
Nigga, what?
I'm sorry, but I think you've mistaken me for someone who would speak to someone like you.
All right, today I'm going to be talking about 5 compliments that cause a woman to not like you.
Number 1 has always been and will always be bad hygiene. If your breath smells or if you have BO, it doesn't matter what you look like, we're just not gonna find you attractive.
First of all, no matter what anyone tells you, guys, you have to understand when you're giving women compliments, it makes you look weak and it makes you look insecure.
Number 2, over cockiness. Look, I will admit it, I love a confident man. But there is a difference between cocky and confident, and that difference probably will determine whether a girl likes you or not. Number 3, overly long fingernails. Guys, it's just not attractive. That kind of goes with the hygiene though, so.
Women take that and they use that to give themselves an ego. I'm not telling you not to compliment women. What I'm telling you is don't compliment the women that you like.
Number 4, when guys are dry and cannot hold a conversation. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, but a girl is not going to be interested in you if you can't keep a conversation going. She won't even get to know you that way. Blow this up for part 2.
Mom, grandma, female cousins, you could give them compliments all day because that's family. Family is designed to tell you what you want to hear. In real life, that's what you got to take. And everyone's not going to get a compliment. The people that are the nicest will get ran over.
Biggest turnoffs for a girl. Okay, first things first is when guys clearly aren't listening to you. Like, you've been talking to them, you can just tell, like, you did not hear one word I said. Like, you were too busy thinking about your response.
So today we're going to be going over these little details in a relationship or when you were dating, the compliments that actually cause women to look at you a different way, even though the good gesture was a good gesture. Let's get started.
Second of all, it's definitely gonna be like underconfidence. Like, they're always like talking down, like, oh my gosh, like, you're so much prettier than me. Like, why are you with me? Like, baby, if you want me to stay with you, then you better sell yourself, okay? You are marketing me. Why do I want to be with you? Okay, don't be always telling me like why I shouldn't be with you. That's gonna make me think I shouldn't be with you.
First, telling her that she's not like the other girls. A lot of you guys like to tell a woman that, hey, you're not like the other girls. On your end, you're telling her that to make her feel special. On her end, it sounds like you keep trying to get with women, they keep rejecting you, and she's the one that's just sitting down talking to you. So you have her thinking, why didn't no other girl want him? What makes me different? That's what it sounds like to her. It sounds like you done tried so many girls that all of a sudden she's different from all the other girls. She's going to look at it like, well, what really separates me? You're only giving me a compliment because you want to sleep with me. See, no matter what you say to a woman, no matter what compliment you get her, she know you're saying it because you want to sleep with her. A woman knows what kind of compliment she gets when she's ugly, and she knows what type of compliment she gets once she piles on the makeup and does what she has to do. So she already knows if you were to call her without at a certain look, you wouldn't give her compliments, which is why not complimenting a woman works. But when you're actually telling her that she's different from the other girls, it sounds like everybody's been rejecting you and she's giving you a chance, but now she's starting to regret it because she thinks that you're not valuable because no other girl wanted you. All right, that little bitty thing that you say to her has good intentions, but the way she perceives it is different. Next, and this is one that a lot of you use on a daily, smile. Asking her to smile. Why don't you smile? Smile a little bit more. Don't do that. When you see a woman with a mean mug, she's transitioning through mood swings. Remember, I told you guys, a woman will go through 5 to 6, 7 mood swings throughout the day. A man won't see it, but women know how fast they moves are always shifting that people don't see. Normally when you catch her in a mean mug, it's in between mood swings. She may come out of that mood swing smiling. She may come out of that mood swing just go back into a regular face, or she may come back into that mood swing mad, depending on the reaction she getting. Whenever you see a woman going through a mean mug, just say to yourself, all right, she's transitioning in between moods. You got to leave her alone. If you want to crack her attention, you got to get her to make the first move. Interrupt her with actions, no talking. If she got a mean mug, no talking at all. Actions, interrupt what she's doing. Get in front of her. Make her say, get out of my way. What are you doing? That's how you crack a mean mug. But never try to tell her, smile. It makes you look weak and she don't think that you can handle combativeness. You have to understand, if you can handle her anger, she's gonna respect you. If a mean mug throws you off, then she's gonna think you're weak. Next, telling her she's prettier than all of her friends. You guys love to say this. Oh, you're prettier than all your friends. Don't never tell a woman that she's prettier than all her friends. You know why? Because to you, you're trying to make it stand out like, yeah, I think you're prettier than all these other girls, right? But what if she don't think that she's prettier, the prettiest girl out of the crew? See, when you tell her you're prettier than all her friends, what she's saying is you looked at all these girls and tried to decide which one was going to be the easiest for you to sleep with. That's what she's looking at it as. She knows, all right, he's been looking at my friends. So what she's going to do is she's going to revert back to girl power. In her brain, she's going to be like, all right, he wanted all of us, and I'm just the one that's going along with it. He's been looking at my friends. That's what she's looking at it as. And that's going to be an instant turn off to her immediately. When it comes to separating her from her friends, there's not too much you're going to say. All right. You have to learn to get around a woman to be quiet, say less. And when you say something, it has to be impactful. You got to be the guy that you don't need her world that she got going on. You don't see it because you're trying to drag her into your world. So try not to tell her she looks better than all her friends. It has a bigger effect than what you think. Because remember, feminist women and the mindset that women have now, womanhood comes first. So don't try to pin her against her friends. That's how she's perceiving it. Next, this is another one that you guys are using that hurt you. You don't need to go to the gym. You already look good. You don't need makeup. You already look good. That's the worst thing that you could say to a woman, because a woman every day that she wakes up, she looks and knows she's not perfect. A woman knows, right? When she sees the caliper of guy that she wants, she looks at the caliper of girl that she see him with, and she fantasizes about being that girl one day. So if you're telling her you don't need to go to the gym and you don't need to do that, the first thing she's going to do, she's going to start looking at you. She's going to start seeing if you're going to want to look like that guy, if you're working on getting to that guy level. That's what you're doing, because she knows I don't look perfect. I understand you like me for how I look and everything, but you may just be a desperate man. You have to realize a 700-pound woman can put up a photo on the internet and she's going to have a group of guys that's ready to take her out on a date and marry her. But in her brain, she ain't living out her fantasy. So when you're telling a girl, oh, you ain't got to go to the gym, you ain't got to do all that, you're already perfect. She's like, nah, you trying to hold me down from being my best because I don't even feel it. She don't feel like that inside. So now you sound like you just want to sleep with her and just you want to keep her underneath your wing when you're doing stuff like that. Try not to tell her that she's already perfect. That's the worst thing that a lot of you guys could do, is just trying to tell a woman, I like you the way you is, no matter what, no matter what. Just like me for liking you. That way you don't have to work as hard to try to be in perfect with people. No, women love depression. Women love uncertainty. Women love a challenge. Women love happening to work for their man. When you're telling her not to go to the gym and not to wear makeup and do all that, she thinks you've settled and you ain't going nowhere in life. Next, this is a big one. This is a really big one. Why are you single? You're a great woman. You're a good looking girl. Dang, that's curious. Why are you single? A lot of you guys like to ask women, why are you single? Why are you single? That's the worst thing that you can ask is a woman, why is she single? You know why? Because to you, you're making her feel special, like you're honored to be on a date or you're honored to be in her presence. That's what you're physically saying. She's looking at it like, man, he asking me why am I single? He must feel like I deserve somebody better than him. So it makes her feel like she's settling whenever you say stuff like, why are you single? Because you're pretty much saying a good guy hasn't came along or a great guy hasn't walked into your life and took you away. Now she looks at it like, oh my God, you're right. I should have already had it, man. You're making her feel low, like she's settling, and you're starting to look like a settled dude. It's going to be a turnoff because all of these compliments that you're going to be giving her, you're just going to be putting her back on the pedestal. And once she gets her confidence back, then at some point in the relationship, it starts getting rocky and then she starts leaving. When she starts getting into the gym heavy, she's getting ready to leave. When she wants to keep driving the car all the time, she's getting ready to leave. But if you stop and you look at every single compliment that you have ever given a woman, it only worked for 2 seconds. The compliments ain't never made that woman turn around and fall in love with you. There's not a man walking around right now that have commented a woman to love him. Not yet. There haven't been one man on this planet that did nothing but give women the best compliments and they fell in love with them. Typically, it's all fun at first, but then it's just make you look weak and insecure like no other girl wants you. That's exactly what compliments are doing. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.